This is a realistic guide to documenting your life and turning your memories into movies that you'll have forever. It's a lot easier than you think. So this past summer, I went on a honeymoon with my wife to Italy, and being able to look back at some of those photos and videos has truly been one of the biggest blessings because it brings us right back to those memories. As we sat on the couch and looked at pictures, it had me thinking, I'd love for everybody to be able to look back on their trips and experiences like this. So whether it's your honeymoon, a trip with friends, or even just your daily activities, this is your guide to documenting your life like a movie. Let's start with the basics. And this is something that can take your videos from a random collage of different clips into something that actually tells a meaningful story, and that is focal length. Focal length refers to how zoomed in you are with your camera. When you're filming, you want to keep in mind tight, medium, and wide. You want to have each of these shots for every activity or location you go to because it tells a story in its simplest form. The wide shot introduces us to the story by telling us where we are. The medium shot is a little bit tighter, and it gives us some more context as to what's going on within the scene. And the tight shot gives us those super fine details that are specific to where we are. Check out this sequence of just wide shots. I'm essentially just constantly introducing the viewer to new scenes, and it doesn't give them time to connect to anything happening within the video. It makes the film feel pretty boring. On the other hand, check out this sequence of tight, medium, and wide shots. Introducing the scene and then going into those medium and tight shots tells a story, and it's what will help translate your memories into movies. So remember when you're filming, tight, medium, and wide. Now we know what types of shots to get with the tight, medium, and wide, but how do we know what to actually point our camera at? It's as easy as thinking about our five senses. Our five senses are sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. Now our goal when we look back at our videos is to relive the experience. Capturing visuals that supports each of our senses does that because it reminds us of the exact information we were taking in when we were experiencing the moment. You won't always be able to capture visuals for each of the senses, but it's nice to aim for a tight, medium, and wide shot that supports each sense. On our honeymoon, we were going by a lake, so we were constantly hearing boats passing by and the splashing of water. It smelled like springtime because of all of the flowers that were in bloom. And I remember the whole time we kept drinking these lemonades that were addicting, to say the least. I was honestly just amazed to look out and see all of these houses that constantly lines the coastline and were stacked on top of each other up the hills. Each of these shots focuses on a specific sense, and it gives me a mental shot list when I'm not sure what I should be filming. The next tip ties into the last one through the use of sound, and that tip is to capture clean audio. If a picture speaks 1,000 words, adding audio into the mix makes the picture sing. Audio is one of the best ways we can transport ourselves back into a memory. So we want to be sure to capture good, clean audio of whatever we're doing or wherever we are. That means using the right gear. If you're using a traditional camera, I recommend using a shotgun mic to capture clean audio. I'll recommend a few below in the description. If you're using your phone, that means not covering the microphone with your finger, and it wouldn't hurt to get one of those mini shotgun mics that connects to your phone. My main goal when capturing audio is to capture things that can't be replicated. If it's a specific sound effect, I can always go and pull that sound from YouTube or something like that when I'm editing. But if it's someone talking in the moment or anything like that, you can't replicate it. So those are the most important moments for me to capture. Now, along the lines of gear, it's important to say that you should use gear that inspires you. If you have a camera you don't like or is difficult to carry around, odds are you're not going to bring it with you, which means you won't be able to film your memories and experiences. So you have to decide what type of gear will actually inspire you to take it with you. For some people, a big camera makes them feel like they're filming a movie, and that does the trick. For me, I hate having a massive camera to carry around, so I want to use the smallest camera possible that still captures good video. I use a mix of the Canon R6, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and the Ricoh GR3X. Depending on what I'm using, they all fit in my shoulder sling or my backpack, so carrying them around is really easy. If you're looking for camera recommendations, there are a million out there. I might recommend looking at Sony just because they have a lot of small options that are great at capturing photo and video. Now, something important to keep in mind when you're filming is to capture emotion. This makes it so that when you're looking back at the videos, you can actually connect to how you're feeling in that moment. So if you're feeling joyful, think about what is causing that joy and film that. Maybe it's the sunny weather, the pretty landscape you're looking at, or the good company you have with you. This goes for both the good and the bad though. If you're truly wanting to document your life, it means capturing the moments that aren't the best too. Maybe you're feeling a little bit anxious because everything around you is spiraling. Capture it. These moments often shape us even more than the ones that feel a little bit lighter. This is more of a practical tip, but something I recommend is using LUTs. LUTs are presets that you apply to your footage when editing to change the color of the clips. If you look at literally any movie that's in theaters, you'll see that they all have their own color palette that they stick to because it allows them to deliver a specific feeling. Using a LUT can allow you to take a collection of clips that were all filmed at different times and tie them together with a similar color look. There is the option to manually color all of your videos, and you can be more accurate this way, but LUTs are a great entry point for people who are starting out. The last tip I have, which is a bit counterintuitive to the point of this video, is to put your camera down. Yes, the goal we have is to document our day-to-day cinematically, but we shouldn't let that get in the way of actually experiencing our lives for ourselves. If filming is taking away from your ability to appreciate the moment you're in, then it's not worth it. Something I try to do is to get the clips as fast as possible, and then I put the camera away, because that's when the memories that are tied to the clips are actually created. But there you have it. I hope that helped you on your journey to document your life. If you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. My crippling Starbucks addiction needs to be paid for somehow, so subscribing helps. That's all I got. Toodaloo.